What is going on, everybody, man? The scent is in the air. It's returning soon. Listen, man, I can't even begin to explain the amount of hype, the amount of interest, the amount of greatness that we're about to get, man, in the awesome sauce of Hunter x Hunter. Now, I'm going to assume Togashi is going to give us a volume's worth of content once again this time around, and it's really awesome that we're getting him so quick. You know, like last year he left, and then he said he was coming back later on, and then we actually got him pretty early. I mean, it wasn't the same year, but still, man, still, like, this is not a full year scale. Like, we're getting Togashi early in January, so I was like, okay, this will be nice, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Can't wait. I always, having Hunter x Hunter around is always, it just lifts me up, man. Because when Hunter x Hunter's around, it makes everything feel complete. Again, you know what I'm saying? It really, really does, especially here on this channel, man. It really does. It makes everything feel complete, having Hunter x Hunter and One Piece and Gintama, the squad. It sucks that Bleach isn't around anymore, but still, having Hunter x Hunter around always, fills the soul. It gets the soul going, but yeah, man, Hunter x Hunter's coming back soon. It's coming back on the 29th of January, according to the website, so that'll be a lot of fun, man. I cannot wait. On Fridays, I believe that I'm going to be able to do... Now, this is only if it's a well-requested thing, but I think it's going to be hard because I'm going to need to do... Whenever I get home, I need to do One Piece, upload that, and then get to do Hunter x Hunter. So it all depends on like when I'm able to do it. But I want to do regular Hunter x Hunter streams for these chapters, including live reaction and discussion in a similar way that I used to do Toriko. If you guys were around back in the Toriko days, I used to do live reactions and discussions both on stream. And I want to do that for Hunter x Hunter. Of course, it won't be like back then where I did it in the middle of the day. Unfortunately, now with my schedule, it's gonna have to be at nighttime. So Hunter x Hunter streams at night. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in Hunter x Hunter live reactions and streams for the chapters, let me know, because I think that's something that I can do and stay consistent with the way that it currently is. I'm not saying that I'll always be able to do it on Friday. Maybe I could do it like on a Saturday or on a Sunday, where I could do the live reaction stream for Hunter x Hunter, but I really like doing streams for Hunter x Hunter. I like you guys' opinion. I'm able to interact with y'all directly after a chapter or about a chapter, about characters. Like, the Hunter x Hunter streams to me are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, and there's a lot of great discussions to come out of it. A lot of great theories, and I really like doing the Hunter x Hunter streams, so just let me know if that's an idea that interests you. It would be like the Hunter x Hunter live streams every week for the chapters, or I'm gonna try to keep it as consistent as possible. Hunter x Hunter streams. Maybe sometimes I won't be able to, depending on like if there's finals or midterms or whatever, and then I'll have to just record a regular reaction or discussion that week. But I do want to do regular Hunter x Hunter live streams. Those are a lot of fun, man. The ones that I've had thus far, I've had a blast. I have had an absolute blast, man. So I want to continue doing them. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. Just let me know in the comment section down below if you agree, if Hunter x Hunter streams would be welcome to you, and if it's something that you would look forward to. Aside from that, though, man, in terms of the actual manga and what we're going to be getting here in these next 10 chapters, it's tough for me to say, because now, with the revelation of us, now we have the Nen Beasts, right? We've seen a couple of them. Things are in motion. Kurapika's in motion. We saw a little bit of Chrollo last time. So with these next 10 chapters, I don't know. It's like I was saying in the live stream. I can only, especially with Togashi, I can only pinpoint certain things in terms of the way that chapters can be structured. For example, every single time that Togashi comes back, it's almost always a setup chapter. So I can assume that this next chapter, especially since the first chapter in a volume, is going to be a setup chapter. And in the chapter after that, things are going to get heated. Maybe in the middle of the volume, things are going to go down. Then it might get more intense up until the very, end of the volume. I think, though, in this volume, I really do. It was something that was bothering me last time, but this time it's bothering me even more. I think that this, 10 chapter thing that we're gonna get from Hunter x Hunter is gonna end on a cliffhanger. I really, really do think that, guys. I really, really do. I think we're gonna end on a massive cliffhanger. What kind of cliffhanger? I'm not sure. But in this strand of chapters, it's hard, right? Because now we're in there. Now we're deep. And I know we're gonna get a lot from the princes. There's gonna be a lot more Tedesnitch stuff, Kurapika, of course, but I do think that Togashi's gonna drift away. I don't know what the feeling is, but it's just a writer's feeling in the heart, man. I think Togashi's, at least for one chapter, is gonna drift away onto other parts of the boat that are not with Kurapika. I'm not saying we're not going to see Kurapika in that specific in that chapter, but what I do think is that at least for one chapter, and I'm gonna predict in the middle of the volume, which is like the 4th or 5th chapter, maybe 3rd, whatever, we're gonna shift away, and it's gonna be either to the princes or it's gonna be to Chrollo, and we're gonna see some stuff go down. I'm expecting at least one casualty in this strand of chapters, and it might be building up towards the first casualty, because we all know once that first casualty happens, they're all gonna get wrecked. It's like in the Chimera Ant arc, man. You had one casualty, the rest of the arc, everyone's getting wrecked, So the huge build up to that one, that's it. The rest of the arc, everybody's getting wrecked. So with the way that Togashi writes, I think that is what he's going to go with. There's going to be a lot of intense buildup. And when it actually goes down, when somebody actually gets taken out, from then on out, it's going to be like York knew, man. It's going to be, chaos. And on this boat with all these different factors and everything that's going down, that's why I really want to do these live streams and these live reaction streams, because after I read the chapter, I can talk immediately to y'all and be like, yo, man, what do you think's gonna happen? Especially if it starts going down, like really, really starts going down. That's what I think is gonna get to that point, guys. I think we're getting to that point to where we've been on the boat for that long, where now things are officially going to, start going in like swimmer in the way that we've been expecting it to. I think we're definitely gonna be, of course, not the climax or anything, but we're going to get that first casualty. I'm predicting that. I think we're going to get that first casualty after this week. If I do end up doing one, well, I really want to do one for the first chapter when it comes back. In that stream, I want to bring up the who's going to get taken off first. Who knows? In the first chapter, somebody could get taken off first. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about which prince could get taken off first and whatnot. I want to talk more about the Nen Beasts. Because the Nen Beasts are very, very interesting. They're gonna change the game here on this boat. They're gonna change the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what more they're gonna have in store. Togashi really, really, really paid, had a lot of attention on Kurapika and his restrictions and his abilities in this last run. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do with Kurapika here in this run, because I feel like he focused a lot on Kurapika. Like, whenever he first came back, when I first started doing Hunter x Hunter chapter videos, when he came back from that long hiatus where he was gone for a long time, and he came back, he focused a lot on Jing, a lot on Pariston, and this set up to the Dark Continent. Once we actually got on the boat and everything, it's been straight up the Kurapika show, the Kurapika and the Princes, which it needs to be, because it's what's going down here on the boat. And then of course little instances like what happened in the Heaven's Arena with Chrollo and Hisoka, but with Togashi, it's hard, man. Like I said, it's always hard to predict the man, because he can come back, give us a setup chapter, go right into something else that we would have never expected. Like go to the troop, see Hisoka versus Chrollo, and that type of stuff. But in this particular run, I don't think we're gonna get a change. That I think we're gonna stay on the boat. We're not gonna go. Maybe we might get a little sighting of Gon or whatever, just to keep him in the volume. Maybe one of Jing. No, I don't think we're gonna see Jing for a while, and it sucks because he's my favorite character. But I really don't think. I think he's gonna build it up. I think he's gonna build up the whole Jing, Pariston, and Beyond thing. I don't think we're gonna see Beyond for a while either. Until that's gonna be Dark Continent stuff. As though here on the boat, I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna get some Tedesnitch. A very, very important Tedesnitch stuff. More with his Nen, more with him developing it, maybe him taking somebody on accident. Because it's tough with Tedesnitch, man. Because that entire storyline was very, very interesting. And his Nen Beast, it's just so grotesque and it's so goat. I want to see more of the Nen Beasts. but like I said, I think someone's gonna get taken out. I think somebody's gonna get taken out here in this upcoming batch of chapters. Who it's gonna be, we'll discuss that. Well, if somebody's not already taken out, like I said, if in the first chapter somebody gets taken out, then well, of course, we'll have that to talk about. But I think in this strand of chapters, I think it's gonna be build up to somebody getting taken out. I mean, it's already been building up to somebody getting taken out, but I think it's gonna be one that comes out of nowhere, and it might be big because you gotta start off the big. You gotta start off big, man. You gotta start off big, and Togashi knows how to start off big, man. So I think one of like the princes that have been getting focused on a lot is just gonna automatically, just out of nowhere, it might even be a sort of mystery. They might even try to play it off, especially with how the arc has been thus far. They might even try to play it off as, you know, they all go to sleep, or like they all go to bed, or you know, one of them is left in their room. They sit down, and then like they like, oh, who's that? And then we shift over to somewhere else, and then when we come back, we could possibly see like that person's like head on the floor, or their body, like you see a whole bunch of blood everywhere. And I know that Togashi's done it already in this arc, with that whole like who did this type of thing, but it'll be continuing on that, you know, mystery thing, like who is doing all of this, you know what I mean? So I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be interesting to see, especially if it happens to one of the princes. Maybe not exactly how I said it, because of course Togashi would do it in a much more Togashi-esque type of way. But I don't know. I have this uneasy feeling that someone's gonna get taken out in this batch of chapters. It's been built up to. There's been a lot of build up, a lot of setup, and I think things are finally gonna start going down in these next in this couple of chapters coming out. Right here in this upcoming volume. And like I said, I think it's gonna end on a massive cliffhanger. I don't know what kind of cliffhanger we could be expecting. If it's like it all depends on how things go, you know, from the first chapter onwards. I would probably say from the second chapter. First chapter is always set up, but second chapter onwards, you can really get a feel for it. Like last time, even though my favorite moment was Chrollo's, you know, that final page with Chrollo and his anger, his rage. My favorite chapter was 362, out of the last batch of chapters, because it was just so much fun, you know, seeing all the Nen beasts, and it like that chapter to me was a blast to read through. But you know, that first chapter when he came back, it was just simple. It was set up. But the next chapter, we started seeing, oh, okay, this is what we're gonna be getting in this batch of chapters. And I think it was the same thing the year before. You know, like whenever he came back and he freaking gave us in the second chapter, Chrollo versus Hisoka, something that we would have never expected. 352, man, excellence. And then the only time whenever he came back, and we were all like, yo, was whenever he came back for 341, and he had to. He was gone for so long. He had to shift into some greatness right off the bat. So I'm expecting first chapter setup, second chapter to be, you know, the build up to what we're going to be getting in the rest of the arc, which means the second chapter could be very, very important. Second, third, those two chapters could be very, very important. But like I said, I'm expecting the final chapter, Togashi's final chapter of this year, or if he does come back later on, whatever. But of this batch of chapters he's going to do right now, it's gonna be a cliffhanger, man. Unless he has like this thing in his head to where he could go 20 chapters like he did in the election arc, and then he just starts going in like he did in the election arc. So it's 20 chapters in a row. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick with 10, and final chapter is a huge cliffhanger. I don't know what the cliffhanger is, but it's gonna be huge. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling, man. It won't get out. So I want to know all of your predictions down below of what you expect to get here in this upcoming, you know, thing for Hunter x Hunter in this upcoming batch of chapters. And I also want to get your ideas for the Hunter x Hunter stream, your opinions, let's say, you know, like, or would you be excited? Would you look forward to a Hunter x Hunter live stream discussion, reaction type of thing on a regular basis? Like I said, it probably wouldn't always be on a Friday, or probably like on a Saturday or Sunday at times, because that's just the way life is. But would you look forward to something like that on a weekly basis? It's Hunter x Hunter series I love discussing, so, and I've loved the streams I've done on it already, so just let me know if you would like to see one of those. But other than that, that's it for me today, guys. I'm so happy that I was actually able to sit down and talk about the greatness today, man. I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Hunter x Hunter is returning soon, and I will be here for the awesome sauce.